today I wanted to talk to you about something that is always the place where you start, no matter how many businesses you had, no matter how much experience you have, no matter, yeah, success, absolutely, Simona. No matter how many times you have changed or tweaked or, modified your business. The cool thing is that you should have at this point something that helps you create the right roadmap to start to get to six figures. And the right roadmap always starts with something that I call the brand. Sorry, not the brand, the buyer persona. The buyer persona. Okay, so what's the buyer persona? So basically, the buyer persona is I would say it's an exercise. I mean, the buyer persona is actually the identikit of your ideal client. Okay, and you should know your buyer persona even better than your buyer persona knows themselves. Okay, because this means that you understand deeply, very very deeply, the goals, the motivations, the desires, the needs, the problems your ideal client, your ideal customer is facing in that precise moment. So that means that you interact with them in a way that is absolutely understandable for them. Okay, and you have the exact solution for them to offer them using that kind of interaction that comes from words, that comes from captions in your social media posts or blogs, so on and so forth. That comes from the way you, how can I say, the emotional state that you interact with them every time you interact with them. Okay, so this is the first thing that you should do when you want to start any kind of business. Okay, this applies to everyone. Okay, there, of course, there are different ways to go through the buyer persona, because of course if you are a company who has a product, then you will act in a certain way. You will develop the buyer persona, and you will collect the information following a certain way. If you are a company who is just starting and maybe you are a freelancer, you will start in a certain way, and so on and so forth. But everyone has the buyer persona. A company that is a a billionaire company, okay, have a different buyer persona for each product that they have, okay, and also for each kind of upgrade, okay, or update they make for their programs, for their products, sorry. They updated the buyer persona as well. So it's a very 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 critical first step. Okay, and you might be surprised by the kind of clicks, the kind of things that unlocks the kind of things that unlock the moment that you work on your buyer persona. And I just wanted to give you a few elements here that are part of what you are looking for in order to identify your buyer persona. So your buyer persona should have a name and a surname. Okay, your buyer persona should have an age. Okay, you might know this person for real. Okay, she or he might be in your life already, as family, friends, as anything, previous customers, current clients, acquaintances, I don't know, whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter if they are the exact identikit of your buyer persona, then you can identify them as your buyer persona. So you have to identify a name and a surname. You have to identify the age. You have to identify the location. You have to identify their occupation, so the job that they do. Okay, you have to identify the average income per year, okay, that they earn. You have to identify their living situation, okay, where they live, in what city, in what do they like, when they what is the reason that they like to live there, not what they like in general. Then you have to learn the motivation that moves this person to take action, to make choices, and so on and so forth. You have to know the goals of this person. You have to know the hobbies, okay? You have to know the media habits. Where do they hang out? Are media people? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Twitter? Are they on are they on LinkedIn? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Facebook? Okay, you have to know the, especially if you have an online business, you have to know their online shopping habits. Okay, then you have to know their brand preferences. Okay, so what kind of values do they look when they choose a brand? Do they prioritize quality? Do they prioritize quantity? Do they prioritize sustainability? Do they prioritize elegance and harmony? Do they, you get the gist of it. And then you have to know what are their considerations as a buyer. So do they consider the price something that is more relevant than the kind of services that they can get for the money they will invest? Or do they consider the reputation of the brand? Or do they consider the reputation of the person behind the brand? Okay, so whatever is, okay, so it is very, very important then you know your buyer persona in this way. Then you should have a kind of a single sentence buyer summary, okay, that summarizes all the elements that you have mapped out, that I have just um, um, told you a while ago, a moment ago. And then so you should have this sentence that shouldn't be longer than, I don't know, 20-25 words, not longer than that, because it's something that you should remember very easily, because when you connect with them on social media, then on social media or off social media, if your company is not on social media, is not prospecting on social media. And so you have those 20 words that immediately come to your mind, so that something in your mind does a click, and you immediately start to behave in a way that is exactly the one that this person that you know that this person that gets the interest of this person, so that this person stops for a while and looks at you and gives you their full attention. Then other things that you might want to consider. So the first thing is to have, a description of the buyer persona. The second thing is to have a single sentence that summarizes the buyer persona. Then you should have the customer goals and desires. They might be two, they might be 10, they might be three. It doesn't matter. Okay. Usually they are, 3 to 5, not more than that. There could be some variations. It's totally fine, but usually they are no more than 2, 3. Okay, then 3 to 5. Then you have to know the customer struggles. Okay, so your buyer persona, what is struggling. Okay, so and here we are. We should think about the questions that they ask themselves, the what they put into Google or any other search engine when they are looking for something that has the characteristic of the solution that you offer, or when they talk to a colleague, when they talk to a friend, uh, and they are concerned. What kind of feeling do they feel? What kind of words do they use? Okay. And so the customer struggles is another aspect of the buyer persona. And then we have the customer needs and requirements. So for instance, they might want to have someone who keeps them accountable, or on the exact opposite, they want absolutely to be free, and they want to come back and to tell you what they have done, and so on and so forth. For instance, I am one of those people who absolutely is not interested in accountability. Not at all. If I tell myself that I will do something by that date, you can be 100% sure that that something will be done just a minute before that date, because that's me. Okay, it's nothing good, it's nothing bad, but if you are offering me accountability as the most interesting thing of what I am looking for, and that's the solution that you are offering, it doesn't impress me at all. It doesn't impress me at all. I mean, I'm not saying no because I don't know, because there is also accountability. But if you are really really pushing on the accountability side, because that's, I don't know, that's the bonus that you are offering me, I say no. I mean, it's not really my thing. Okay. Then other things could be, for instance, to have the support of peers. Okay, so if you offer one-on-one solutions and this person really values working with groups of people, um, it's not so interesting, the one-to-one. Or if they are looking for a specific product and they are not a techie person. Okay, and this product is a very techie, it's a very techie, it needs you to be a techie person, or at least to have interest in finding out what is the tech side of this, blah blah blah. And you do not offer support to them, maybe a call, a one-on-one call to help them, figure out how to start using a certain maybe software. You are not doing a favor to yourself. Other things that we needed to take into consideration are the customer worries and concerns. And you might think, well, those could be similar to the struggles, or those could be similar to the needs and requirements. No, 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 no. I mean, there might be a little bit of overlapping somehow, but it's really something like what they are worried about, what they are concerned about, what kind of feeling of concern do they have. So it's not like the feeling that they were having before. It's more nailed in this case. It is more specific. Okay. For instance, they might be worried if they are if the person is a coach, this person might be worried how to really create an offer that is irresistible and that stands out in the market. They might have a lot of doubts, and so they might be very, very worried because of that. And so they stop themselves in taking actions because they are stuck. Okay, they have no idea what is the next step they have to take in order to keep going. Okay. And then another thing is and this is the last thing, is the customer problems and barriers. So these most of the times are things that are actually lacking in their strategy, in the way they have figured out their business model, in the way they show up. So regarding visibility, in the way they develop develop their, how can I say, authoritativeness, or in the way they run their business, in the way they run the Facebook group, whatever it is. Okay. So what are the actual barriers that, if you had to do an assessment to their business, in my case, okay, what would you see? And what feedback would you give them that tells them that those are actually uh, the problems and the barriers that they are, yeah, analysis paralysis, absolutely, the barriers that they are facing. I do not like the word problem, but here we are using the word problem in a way that is, intentional. Okay, just to make sure that we are talking about something that is really, it's not just a challenge. It's something, because a challenge is something that already has in its core the solution. Okay, a challenge for me already has a solution. When we are talking about a problem, wait a minute, what is it? I have never faced this. I have no idea who to ask. What am I doing? What is happening? What else might be impacted? So you are really creating, you are building a barrier, a very, very, and very, very quickly you are doing that behind, in front of you, on the sides, or above you, everywhere. And you are putting yourself in this kind of container that that exists, and energetically speaking, it exists. And so this means that it will be one of the elements that will stop you. But you just need to have a conversation with your coach, with your mentor, with a peer. I don't know. It depends on the situation. And the bricks of those walls that you have built around you will start falling down, and you will start having a little bit of light that you can see, and you can have a little bit or more of clarity, and so you can take a little bit more of courage, and then starting doing a first little step, and so on and so forth, and then you can come out of this place made of bricks where you have hidden yourself and also locked yourself. So just to make sure that we have all the elements, the buyer persona is a way that you need to create, is the way that you have to use in order to create the best understanding possible of the goals, the motivations, the desires, the needs, the problems your ideal clients are facing. And in order, and you do this in order to create a nailed and super focused buyer persona for your product. Okay, I have different products. I have different products. So I have, I think, five, six or five digital products, and then I have two group programs and one-to-one offer. Then I also have a one-to-one offer that is just for those who are already my clients. Okay, but so I have different products. They are not all for the same ideal, for the same buyer persona. Okay. In general, there are a lot of bits and pieces that belong to a buyer persona that is almost similar. But I know that if I am talking to someone who just started their business, and they are, or they just changed they shut down a business and they are just starting a new one, and they have no idea who they will be talking to, and they are already creating their marketing strategy, I have to stop them immediately and I have to tell them, please buy this digital product that is called your fabulous niche, so that you will have in just 1 hour and a half solved once and forever the kind of client that you will talk to, because this is the kind of product that exactly speaks about your buyer persona. And so if I'm talking to someone else who is already I don't know, making 3K per month, I might tell them, oh, you could find a lot of interesting information in order to double your monthly income in one of my other products that is a collection of videos that is called I do not remember how it is called, but it's about duplicating your monthly income in 90 days or less. Okay. The memory is not really my one of my strengths. Anyhow, so this is the buyer persona, and so in order for you to have the buyer persona, you need to define a few things that belong to the buyer persona, and some of those are characteristics of geographic characteristics related to the location. They are anographic characteristics related to the age, related to their situation, if they are married, if they are if they are maybe in a specific maybe married multiple times, or if they are living maybe with their fiancé but they have kids from a previous one. I don't know, I mean, whatever, everything is beautiful, but you have to know that this person has those kind of characteristics. So the buyer persona, define the characteristics of the buyer persona, define the single sentence that we call the single sentence buyer summary, and then have the customer goals and desires, and then get to know the customer struggles, and then get to know the customer needs and requirements, and then get to know the customer worries and concerns, and then last but not least, the customer problems and barriers. Okay, so those are the characteristics that you always have to start from whenever you are wondering what is not working, for instance, in your messaging. Okay, so if you are if you think that you have already nailed your message, and you are not having from social media the response that you were thinking you should have had, you my advice, my suggestion is to go back to your buyer persona and maybe ask around to your ideal clients and have more information in order to nail maybe with the help also of your of the person you are interviewing that might be already your customers or your customers to be. You can ask further help in order to define the right way they would for instance search on a search bar the solution that you are offering or how they would name their concerns and so on and so forth. So it's nothing that you have to do by yourself, but you have to take action and do that. Okay. So that was my value gift for today. And I do not tell you that I hope that this was helpful, because I know 1000% that this is helpful, because every time that I start to work with someone, this where we start from. Okay, so we have to make sure because if you just do something, that is wrong, and then this wrongness becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. The more you grow the business, the more you do things, then it's a mess. So it's much better to start from the very beginning. It takes a while. It might take a few days to collect all the data. It might take a week. It might take a week. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but it will save you a lot of stress, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of intoxicating emotions along the way. And so I absolutely suggest you to start from there. If you need, we have your fabulous niche as a product. The price point is the smallest one that we have is $47. So I think that this is something that is absolutely affordable. And even when someone tells me I do not the money to invest in my business, I think that you can ask someone to borrow $47, and then you will give them back those those money the moment that you get your first client. Okay, but you have to start somewhere. Okay, you have to start somewhere, and you have to invest on yourself, and you have to be committed. Okay, so wish me luck, because on Monday I will start with those first wonderful, amazing, and soon to be successful women entrepreneurs, the Six Figures Made Easy program. And absolutely feel free to connect with me, to DM me, to send me an email, to send me a flying pigeon, whatever you want, in order to have more information regarding our program. And so I wish you the best of the rest of your day and week. And absolutely, I wish you to smash quarter fourth, because I want you to be successful AF, as they say. And so go and smash it.